How's it going, YouTube? This is Matthew's Aquarium here. Just wanted to do a little update on the 40 breeder aquarium. I got a lot of private messages through Facebook and on YouTube on mainly hardware for what I use for the tank and the stocking that's in it. So decided instead of making 13, 14 posts, I would just go ahead and explain everything to y'all. So number one thing I get asked probably the most is my lighting. As you can see from the tank, I would say it's lit very well. I mean, I have no problem growing a carpet of Stargatorian repens. I've had dwarf hairgrass in there. Personally, it just takes too long without injecting CO2, so I decided to pull that and start with this instead. And this has only been in for probably the better part of a month and a half. So the lights I'm running here, each one of these is the rated just for 20 watts, but it is purchased from Walmart. Just a clip-on desk light. That's all it is. I just clip them on the back of the tank. Now each one of the light bulbs in there is a 23 watt CFL 6500 Kelvin to simulate natural daylight. Now a lot of people, even though it's rated for 20 watts, I put 23 watt in here, and I mean I can still sit here and hold the top. It's not hot, so there's no worry about sitting here and gonna burn down or they're gonna die out. Works perfectly fine. That all lights up the back half of the tank. The front half of the tank gets lit up by a Fluval Aqua Sky. It is the 36 to 48 inch, so that way it just sits perfectly across the 40 breeder. Got the Aquarium Versa at the top, just to, as you can obviously see, all this condensation, just to stop that so I don't have to keep repeatedly filling it with water. And then with the little Aqua Sky came, see if I can get a better photo of it. It just tells you the external temperature and the internal temperature. And then just for daily maintenance, just a magnet. Makes it really easy to clean. For my filter, you'll see here, just a Sun 304B, has the UV sterilizer in it. Probably going to make a video soon on media, what I keep in it, and how to clean it out, because I've got a couple of questions on that, just not as many yet. Just a standard heater meant for a I think it's meant for up to 55 gallons. Nothing special there. You can see right there where the paint is chipping on it. So I'll probably sand it out so that way there's just make it silver. Bring the silver tube back. It doesn't matter to me that much. So better look at what I have stocked into the tank. I have a discus. Can't tell you the exact breed. It was sold to me by Petco just as an assorted discus. It was the last one. My Petco rarely gets them, so I jumped at the opportunity to have one. That is the bully of the tank. He thinks he owns it. That is my red tail shark. Absolutely love him though. He looks aggressive in terms of who all he chases, but he doesn't hurt them in any ways. He just simply chases them to see if he could get a reply back. I guess more or less a stimulus to the whole chasing aspect. And as you can see, a bunch of babies. There are Bolivian rams. I can get a nice little close up. Those are all my babies. Probably close to about 30 of them in here. Oh, and I think I can get the dad. And there's the dad. Unfortunately, he is so protective that he wanted to kill his mate. So once they are, I think the general rule is 1 1/4 inches, I will be selling them along with the Bolivian ram, just because he's getting very skittish. When I first got him into the tank, he owned it, he ran it. Now he just doesn't really seem to care. I think ever since he lost his mate, or well, ever since he bullied his mate to death, he's just not as happy. So I'll probably, there's a local fish store that will take these for the babies for $4 a pop, and I will probably give them the father as well. There's also a Bosemani male, and there is his female. There is also a black mystery snail because I went to a pet store one day. The guy said, I have no clue what it is, and I said so long as it's not asexual, I would take it off of him, and been in the tank ever since. Let me see. There is an albino Corydorus. Only reason I got him was because out of everybody in the tank, the display tank, he was the only one who would sit on the back glass and do figure eights. So with him being special, I picked him up, and I know he needs friends, so you can also see 6 peppered Corys that are in there. They like to hide a lot, but there's a bunch of them in there. And last but not least, let me see if I can find them, if they want to come out. Let's see if we can find them. Wow, they sure are hiding pretty well. They might be getting ready to try to breed again. There's some autosynchus in there. Have about 6 of them in there. And really hard to see. That is my male angelfish. He doesn't want to come out right now. And his female is right behind him. Incredibly hard to see. They're playing hard to get, I guess. As far as plants, you can see an Amazon sword here. That has been growing roughly for 8 months. There is Startatorian repens as a carpet, which is slowly getting there. I just trim it back every water change, just to encourage new growth. Piece of wood, which I purchased from Petco. Ludwigia repens broad red, which, as you can see, I do not inject CO2. I don't do anything to it really. I put Excel in maybe every other water change. That's about it. And then I have Crypt here, which, as you can obviously tell, was just put in, so it's slowly starting to spread. You can actually see those 2 leaves right there are actually brand new. That one is new on that one, and that one is new because I only planted it with 1. I can tell the camera's out because they're getting very, very excited. See, that is all he does. He chases. No one wants to run from him. He gives up. It's really that simple. But that is all that I have in this tank. It's nothing much, nothing too fancy. I strived to make it a tank that a common person could go out and purchase. Minimum wage, you know, just I didn't want a $1,000 tank that, you know, only I could afford or only I could replicate. As far as the sand, a lot of people keep asking me about that. Black sand from Petco. There's one 5 minutes down the street from me, so that's where I get almost all my supplies. It's black sand. It's about 2-inch. It's about a 2-inch cap. There's about 1.5 inches of Miracle Grow organic soil underneath of there, and that is what makes everything thrive. I'll go ahead and I'll back up and I'll give you all one last look at the tank, and I thank y'all for watching. If y'all have any other questions, leave a comment below or on Facebook, and I will be more than happy to explain it. Have a wonderful day.